Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video here on the channel. This time we're in CES, racing in Jeddah for IRT. This is the first IRT race that will be put on YouTube. There will be many more in the future hopefully. And we're starting on pole. It's a random grid, so we are just hoping for the straight up best, and we get a goodish start, so we're not losing out. That P1, we got Tsubi behind us who started second. You also got the people like Valambieda, Destiny Gondos, and many other more really good people racing here. It's only a mini series for CES, so there is nothing major on the table. So we just need to go do our race, hope for the best, and get good results. But this is a track I've not done properly this game, apart from a few laps, whilst practicing for another meme race, which didn't even start for me because my wheel died. But we're just trying to hope for the best. I'm in a VC with many people here. We're just talking about loads of stuff.
I was shocked if I even got top 5.
But I've got no hope in this race at all. As you can hear, Simbrox1, who's my IRT teammate, he's called me a beg for saying I won't get top 5. But yeah, we move on and we go a lap. We held that lead. We're flicking way too hard into the final corner, and Tsubi is really on the back of us, so we're gonna have to burn quite a bit to try and at least hold on to him, but it seems like we won't. He's gonna pull to my left and he's just gonna take the lead of the race, which isn't great to always lose the lead of the race on lap 2, but as long as we got no warnings and just did the race how it went, we weren't gonna lose out at all. But it's not the end of the world. We just need to try to stay with him the best we can, which is very doable, this race. And if we manage to stay with him, we can get a podium hopefully, or even a win if we're lucky. But at the moment, that's not our biggest goal. Our biggest goal is just to survive. And you can see heavy into the braking zones all the time, but we're not really saving yet due to the fact of we've got a bit of space between us, so I'm still trying to push quite hard to not lose out to him at all. And there are instances where we've got about 7 or 8 tenths behind, but coming into this part of the track, we can get the DRS to try and just hold on to the back of him, and that would help us a lot at all, of course. And by doing that, we can get somewhere. We can come up to lap 8 because absolutely nothing happened.
Shit's sake.
And you can obviously hear my frustration. Nothing after 5 laps. We come to lap 8 and I lose about a second by hitting the inside wall at the 16 chicane, I think it is, which just cost me so much time, and we're now a threat to Ryan Clemson behind, who is racing for SET. I'm currently shouting against Simbrox1 again because
I'm gonna go 10, I reckon.
He reckon I should box this lap, but the tyres just won't last because it's lap 8 at the moment. But my goal was about lap 9 or 10. No matter what Tsubi does, I thought he was going to go this lap. Got Ryan behind us, who's very, very close. Could he go for a potential dive bomb? We're going to go defensive either way. He doesn't, he stayed behind. We brake pretty early, so we could be on the inside a bit, but we didn't lose out at all. We managed to hold the position.
Am I going this lap then?
Pretty good. And then
what if he does go next?
If we do anything stupid, it would be obviously brutal. We were going to box this lap no matter what happens, and we're about 1.7 behind Tsubi at this point. And we were going to box this lap. Either way, my mediums were shot. I believe at this point we did have the tyre icon
again
for dead tyres, which isn't perfect at all.
She's fucking ass.
And we're just sliding all over the place now. You can obviously see we hit the
I'm
wall
in there now.
on the exit this time of that corner after sliding a bit. We got Ryan staying with us. We got Andrea and also I believe that's Zalambida behind. So we've got pretty good train behind us, but we just hold on to where we are now. We're not.
Got a 3 second.
We're not going to be brutal. Ryan picked up a 3 second on lap 9, which isn't very good. So it's not the end of the world for my sake. And around the final corner for the 9th time this time, we're going to pull to the left. Chubi stayed out, and we pull this trigger to box alongside Ryan and Zalan. We clean to the pit lane, which is always nice, and we go to the hard tyre, obviously, because the soft would just die after like 5 laps, if that. We get out ahead of Zalan and also Ryan, and we come out behind Marcel Biega and Onibi Alberto, who are boxed a couple laps before me. I want to say about 3 or 4 laps before me, possibly for damage, but you can obviously see now my grip is just so much better than it was before. So we're just going to push to try and catch up to the back of them, because their tyres are a bit older than mine. And we're about 1.3 behind after coming out about 1.7 behind. So the pace is there, obviously. We just need to get to them like faster than like now, which would be nice. Well, obviously we're just finding tyres at every corner, and now we're just and now we come through the chicane. We are right behind them in DRS, which is obviously nice considering we just boxed, which helps us get a slingshot on the likes of Andrea and possibly to Chubi when they come into box. And we are not close enough to
Chubi stayed out again.
Marcel this lap, so we're just gonna hold position. And we're flicking again, which is just not ideal at all.
Yeah.
So we are with them at least. So it's not a bad start at all. We do have a little bit of time to save. Andrea does box as well as, but I didn't actually see, I believe, the other ART. So yeah, people have come in for their pit stop now, which is pretty good for my sake. And then now we're just really close to Marcel. A pass this lap is pretty much imminent. It doesn't matter. It could be literally at any point on the lap, however, which is the issue. And Alberto is pretty close to, or getting closer to, Jack Maloney, who's rated for FST, who's 2 positions up the road, or 3 positions up the road from me, and has got Jamil in front of him. Tsubi, by the way, still yet to box, and he should be in this lap realistically. He's taking the mediums a good while, and you can hear me saying I'm going to go for it into the final corner, hopefully, which is the plan. And we are saving as much as we can through the fastest corners, and we have got a huge slingshot on the back of Biega now, so a move is pretty much confirmed as we get very close. We do hit him a little bit, so we pull to the inside. We're going to go for a late braking move on the inside of the ART driver, and we are now directly behind Alberto, the Jack Maloney pits, so we are now up to P4 because Tsubi also pulled into the pit lane. And we've got Marcelo going to stay behind me, and this is now exactly what we needed, which we always like to see, don't, because if it doesn't go that way then we're all like broken. And now we're on to the next lap because nothing happened on that lap at all. Jamil on the mediums is so slow, so we caught up to him ridiculously fast, and Alberto just goes bye bye as you can hear me laugh which is pretty funny, to be honest.
A bonus.
And then we're now the next car to Jamil. Robin Langenbush, my teammate, crashed, and I am obviously a bit frustrated because that gives Tom Roberts a chance to box potentially, and if he boxes, that could be race over for any chances of a decent-ish result for me.
I know, the car's been cleared already.
And my biggest prayer was just the VSC ending as soon as possible, because if it didn't, then I would be really, really frustrated. But it
You know, we could
happens.
save like 4.
That's the harsh reality of this game, isn't it? Jamil will most likely box this lap because of his medium tyres, and we are very much up on the Delta,
True.
which is quite good. We need to try stay over it without getting any
Fucking
overspeed
right, you know.
on Jamil.
Carry
Tom
them.
does box this lap onto the medium tyres off the hards. He's going to have to save quite a
Fucking
bit on the medium tyres. And Jamil,
The Jam are gonna mix them.
I believe, does box. He does, and I'm just going to go, because over the line you do gain a bit of delta back. We gain about 2 seconds of delta, so that gives me a bit more time to push. Let's try to get ahead of Tom, which we do. So we are back into the race lead, as the VSC will be ending on this lap. And we need to try to be careful, because we are very close to being even on our delta, which we would not like. But we go at a very good time. And Tom Roberts picked up a drive-through.
Oh, Tom got drive-through!
Which is genuinely the one thing I couldn't have asked for more in my life. And he's also crashed
Tom retired.
at turn 4. And we will see yet another
Oh, that's absolutely
virtual safety car happen
What
right
the fuck is going on?
now. And Ryan,
Yeah, I know.
Andrea, Tsubi,
Yeah, he did.
and I believe that Marcel Biega are the
what-
net top 5 right now.
I mean, I'm not complaining because they give me a bit more time to charge my battery again.
And we're not going to watch the entire lap. We're just going to go straight to the end of the VSC where it's ending. Ryan is very close to me, and Andrea is even closer to Ryan. So them two are going to have a little bit of a scrap. I think Andrea does send it on the back of Ryan,
I think I'd raise have gone for it.
which he has done. And
Yeah.
now they're side by side going through to turn 4, which does give me a little bit of hope maybe to try and pull away, because the gap does extend to over a second for a brief moment in time. But the lap fresher tyres Andrea has will cost me a little bit. And now we're just going to go and do our best we can. But he's already pulled back into my DRS, which is just not what you want. But at the same time, you can't
Yeah, he's a Saudi merchant.
be fuming with it, because that stuff will happen. And when it does happen, you can't be too upset. Otherwise, you're just like a sore loser.
I
And
mean, at the moment,
that's
I've got 2 yellow arrows.
the case at the moment, isn't it? Because it's what happens. And now we skip to lap 22 because genuinely nothing happened over them laps. Tsubi did get past Ryan at some point, and we are still leading with Andrea behind us. And Tsubi does go for a bit of a attack on Andrea, so we're going to have to burn to defend. We hold the inside, and now we are going side by side with Andrea, and them two will be battling all the way to turn 1, which will involve me. And I go to the inside I hold the inside on Andrea, but Tsubi pulls to my inside. He goes for a very late dive bomb. I try to hold off because I have Andrea next to me, and Tsubi does get taken out because
I'm not sure.
I've been unlucky with Andrea on my side. I've got people crying at VC saying you've killed him, which I believe I did. I did apologise after.
I have.
But it happens, doesn't it? Unfortunately, I did apologise to him, so I did take accountability because it was a bit of a stupid move from both of us. But
Had Andrea. I had Andrea on my left side.
My reasoning was I had Andrea next to me. And now we're just going to cut to the end of 24. Andrea is close to me once again. And we need to try hold as much battery as possible. But I don't know, I hold the position through the hairpin, which gives him the DRS, and he will have the overspeed, and he's just going to pull alongside and go past me.
Yeah, you got it.
And I'm not too fussed about that because he is just faster than me in general. And have a slide. So I wanted to slide on the exit turn 2 and hit the wall there.
Nah, bro.
And then the entry of turn 4. I just hit the wall, it's 2 different places, which is annoying.
I'm having a nosebleed now.
And now I'm just starting to struggle. My tyres are dead now in the dirty air of the TRT next driver. But it happens, doesn't it?
Oh my
And I'm
God,
a slide it out of turn 12. But overall, I held it. I'm not dead. It's the final lap.
My tyre is dead.
It's yeah. I got told at 1.2 the warning. I'm not even a warning when there is minimal chance of me winning the race.
Because there's no point. It's Andrea.
And Max Ring in the VC with me is annoyed that I will use a warning because it's Andrea. But the actual reasoning was he was so far ahead I wasn't even going to get DRS. So I just had to I was trying to hold on and bring it to the end because my tyre wear was close to 80%.
It's fucking dirty though.
And it happens. Yeah. So we're just trying to bring it all the way. At this point, we just need the final corner. We're gonna bring in
Peshiv.
We're gonna bring it home for a P2.
Incredible. Well, I got a podium though. Happy days.
So I'm happy with that.
I'll take that, you know.
The final result was Andrea got P1, I was P2. Ryan held the podium. Alberto and Zalan were the top 5. Jamil got P6. Tachubi P7, Marcel, Leon, and Destiny was the top 10. So I got a result I'm happy with. Annoyed I didn't win at the same time though. I'm not too mad. So we're gonna move on to the next race, which is Monza, if I'm racing it. But until then, I'll see you when I post my PSGL Abu Dhabi video. Until then though, bye bye.